Hey, there's a topic that I've been meaning to discuss for quite some time and just do a straight up video about it. I've touched on this topic quite a few times, but I just want to get right into it, and I'm only going to take a few minutes of your time, so please bear with me. I'm not talking about just the right or the left right now. The majority of us are in the middle. We're kind of, there's a spectrum. Not a lot of us are on the fringe, but the fringe are the ones who get all of the airtime. Everybody wants to believe that there's these huge pillars on the far right and the far left, but not really. Those aren't the majority. So when you claim that the middle majority are the fringe, when you take somebody who is, I don't know if you want to call them a centrist or if you want to call them, kind of whatever name you want to give them. If you want to call them just your regular liberals, like what used to be liberals in the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s. When you take those people and you call them far right or alt-right or neo-Nazis, if you will, or if you call those people, I don't know, what would you call them on the far left, libtards, or if you call those people far leftists, I can't even think of a far left term. Communists, maybe, I guess would be a good word. When you call someone an extremist who's really just in the lukewarm area, the safe zone, so to speak, politically, I understand the point of giving them an extremist label. The reason someone would label somebody a Nazi who is really just kind of a moderate liberal, the reason you would call someone a far-right extremist because they're not on the far left is because you're hoping that they will run to the far left scared. And this is a tactic that I noticed that the far left, and I know I wasn't going to make this about the right and the left, but my example today is very specific. And it frustrates me because this is a person that I used to follow back in the day, and I still follow her on social media, but I'm not a huge fan of hers anymore. And my example today is Lacey Green. Lacey Green dabbled with the red pill recently. If you guys know, she's dating a red-pilled Chris Ray Gun. Some people shit their pants over that. Other people were very excited. They thought, oh, she's one of us now. Us meaning, moderate people. I think she's still a feminist, but she's willing to be open to dialogue. From what I understand, she's still a student, so she doesn't post on YouTube very frequently. I don't really know where she stands politically, but I do know she's on the left. Anyway, where I'm going with this video, so that I don't ramble the entire time, is a gentleman by the name of Miowski Katovich. I will post a link in the description. Katovich says, Katovich is actually posting the link. Excuse me. Katovich is posting about somebody named I'm going to butcher this name. Natal Dante, who goes by Video Dante, and I'll post Katovich and Dante's tweets. So American Life did, I guess, not an expose, but did a story about Lacey Green and how she got in trouble for using certain words, and how these words that she used in her videos were triggers for the far left feminists, and I guess they probably triggered people on the right as well. I didn't read the article. I'm not sure. Depends on how much time I have. Anyway, so they did an article on her. If you're not familiar, This American Life, I know, is or has been associated with NPR. Very liberal, but very kind of neutral. So Lacey Green, was covered by NPR's This American Life, and the article was Words You Can't Say. People who say the wrong thing and suffer the consequences. I believe this probably has to do with the fact that she's willing to speak openly with people that she does not agree with politically, right? So This American Life had posted, Lacey Green, a famous YouTuber and sex educator, gets harassed on the internet. No surprise there. What is surprising is who winds up harassing her and what she does about it. I'm guessing what is surprising is because it was the left, because the left is notorious for not harassing anybody, right? At least according to the MSM. So This American Life fawning over neo-Nazis is one hell of a look. That was what Natale Dante, goes by Video Dante on Twitter. And then his next tweet was I'm gonna link to all of these. And then his next tweet was, harassing a neo-Nazi for being a neo-Nazi is actually always morally good and correct. Followed by, I understand wanting to think that just because someone doesn't actively throw up swastikas that they aren't Nazis. But if they surround themselves with Nazis, defend neo-Nazi ideology like xenophobia, eugenics, gender roles, etc. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. And then his next tweet, these people don't exactly hide who they are. They just know that centrist political viewpoints will bend over backwards to not call a bigot a bigot. He is assuming that because she is a centrist, meaning she is within the center of the spectrum, that she is a Nazi. Neo-Nazism is a very specific ideology. Nazis do not hide unless they are hiding for professional reasons, like they don't want to lose their job. But the overwhelming majority of people who would identify as neo-Nazis would do it publicly. They tend to be very, very self-aware in their ideology, and they don't like. They know who they are. So the Katovich had posted a tweet, and I kind of retweeted it with comment. He wrote, "Does this guy realize what he sounds like, what he is showing us he is, while he utterly validates the claim that idiots on the left will call anyone a neo-Nazi, and the term now has no meaning?" It's getting that way. I do not like the fact that these words are losing meaning, because these words, oh my God, the fact that I'm making a YouTube video about this, it's also the Jared Holtz of the world. It's not just I know this guy is just a Twitter user, but he stands for so much more than just himself. There are so many people that run blogs, like the Right Wing Watch, and we have people on the right that are doing the same thing. It's just not as prevalent. You can't call someone like Lacey Green a neo-Nazi. There's a lot of names you can call her. You can say you disagree with her, and there's a lot of views that she holds that I don't agree with. I don't agree with so many people, but you can't just make shit up. Saying words into the air doesn't just make them so. I mean, oh my God. Holy shit, how are we still here? I don't like to do the whole current year as an argument, but we need to stop this. And I really don't want to see the right use these same tactics. And I know that that's what's coming in the future, because there's always, I don't want to go horseshoe theory, but I know that's what's coming in the future. I hope it doesn't happen, but I definitely see it coming. I've seen people on the right start with these same tactics. I've seen myself get attacked by Trump supporters that I've defended that have come back at me because if I say the sentence that I don't like Trump, I do get not just downvotes, but I do get quite a bit of hate messages. Anyway, the point of this video is that we're watering down terms that mean something. And the R word, the 4-letter R word, actually used to mean something. The term assault now just means somebody did something to you that you don't like. Words like violation used to actually mean something. Violence used to mean something. there's so many words. I mean, I actually have a note, whatever you call it, an iCloud document that I started, of words that I started noticing that people use. I mean, by SJWs use, that are being used quite frequently by journalists that just they hold no power anymore. And it bothers me that we are misusing terms to the point where they have no value. And we need to stop doing this. And yes, I know it's the far left, and that's kind of why I stopped calling myself a liberal for a while, and I want to take back the word liberal. I'm not going to take back the word feminist because I've never called myself a feminist. But we need to stop misusing these words. By we, I don't mean my followers, because I don't think I have very many far left-leaning followers, at least not ones that get notifications, since they've enabled the bell. Anyway, I know I'm rambling like a crazy person right now, and I'm not used to just talking to a camera, so you're going to have to bear with me. Anyway, I just really wanted to get this out of my system. I don't know what the F we're going to do about this. Yeah, but Lacey Green is not a neo-Nazi. Most people are not neo-Nazis. They make up such a teeny tiny percentage of the population. I don't know what we're going to do about this. But the problem is, every time I hear that somebody is a neo-Nazi or any kind of supremacist, anytime I hear these terms being used, they go in one ear and out the other. And that's very dangerous, because these, like, it's the what penny henny, the sky is falling, we're numbing our society to things that are very serious. And I mean, not to don my tinfoil hat again, with the, Mouthy Buddha. Sorry, I'm not going to edit this video. That was funny. Mouthy Buddha had mentioned on Twitter, I think yesterday or the day before, something about the false alarms, like in Hawaii, and he had kind of said something about this. This seems quite weird, that we have these false alarms that are going off, like with this. I want to say one was a tsunami. The one of them was. You know what I'm referring to. There were at least 3. Somebody said that at their college, their local university, there was an active shooter, and then they got an update later saying that there was no active shooter. That's kind of weird that you get warned of an active shooter on your phone, and then they're like, "Oops, sorry, false alarm." So the fact that we're getting false alarms and then we're being told later that. So it's either that they're trying to gauge how the public reacts to false nuclear attacks. It sounds like they're preparing us for something. I mean, if you want to get Alex Jonesy about it, it's weird. It's really weird. And I know I'm tangenting it right now. But yeah, it doesn't seem right, to me. And he brought it up. And, so anyway, so there's my video. I went much longer than I really expected to. So you guys have a good evening. I'll probably do if I don't do a live stream tonight, I'll probably hop on tomorrow. And I'll try to be a little more collected.